Today, we're learning how to play Jaipur. It's a really fun, fast-paced card game for two players, where you're both competing to become the city's best trader. In this explainer, we're going to cover everything you need to know from setting up the game to a little bit of strategy. By the end, you'll be more than ready to play. So what are you trying to do in Jaipur? Well, it's pretty simple. Your goal is to be the richest trader when a round ends. If you are, you get a seal of excellence. The game is played over a few rounds, not just one, and the first player who manages to collect 2 of these seals wins the entire game. Simple as that. All right, first things first, let's get the game set up. Don't worry, it's super quick and we'll go through it step by step. First, let's make the market. Put 3 camel cards face up on the table. Then deal 5 cards to each player and flip 2 more from the deck into the market. Next, if you have any camels in your hand, take them out and start a herd pile in front of you. Now for the tokens. Sort all the goods tokens by their type and stack them so the highest values are on top. Then, shuffle the bonus tokens into 3 little piles. And finally, just place the camel token and the seals of excellence somewhere everyone can reach them. And just like that, you're all set up. Okay, so you're set up. How do you actually play? Well, the turn structure is really simple. On your turn, you have one decision to make. You can either take cards or you can sell cards. The key thing to remember is that you can only do one of these things on your turn. You can never do both. So let's talk about that first option, taking cards. This is all about building up your hand so you can make big sales later on. You've actually got 3 ways to do this. The easiest is just to take one single goods card from the market, then you just replace it with a new card from the deck. Or you can exchange cards. This lets you take multiple goods, but you have to trade in the same number of cards from your hand or even from your camel herd. And your last option? You can take all the camels from the market and add them to your herd. Now, what about your other choice? Instead of taking cards, you can sell cards. This is how you make your money, your rupees, which is how you win the round. Selling is pretty straightforward. First, you pick one type of good from your hand and you discard as many of those cards as you want. Second, for every card you just discarded, you get to take a matching token, always starting with the highest value one on top of the stack. And third, and this is a big one, if you sell 3 or more cards at the same time, you get a bonus token. And believe me, making these big sales is absolutely worth it. Selling 3 cards gets you a little bonus, which is nice. But if you sell 5 or more cards at once, whoa, you're guaranteed a bonus of at least 8, 9, or even 10 rupees. These bonuses can totally be the difference maker in a round. Now, there are a few important rules to keep in your head. For the really valuable goods, diamonds, gold, and silver, you have to sell at least 2 cards at a time. You can't just sell 1. Also, your hand limit is 7 cards. You can't ever have more than that. But, and this is super important, camels in your herd do not count towards that limit. They're totally separate. So you go back and forth taking and selling cards. But when does the round actually stop? Let's take a look. A round ends immediately, like right away, if one of 2 things happens. Either 3 of the goods token piles are completely empty, or the draw deck runs out of cards, so you can't refill the market anymore. When the round ends, there's one last little bonus to hand out. The player who has the most camels in their herd gets the camel token, which is worth a sweet 5 rupees. Now for the moment of truth. It's time to count the money. Both players flip over all their goods tokens, all their bonus tokens, and add up the numbers to see who came out on top. The player with the most rupees wins the round, and they get to claim one of those awesome seals of excellence. Oh, and if there's a tie, the player with more bonus tokens is the winner. And that's what it's all about. If nobody has 2 seals yet, you just reset everything and play another round. The very first person to earn their second seal of excellence wins the game right then and there. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one quick strategic tip, and it's all about those camels. Here's a sneaky move. The absolute best time to take all the camels from the market is when your opponent's hand is already full at 7 cards. Why? Because now, on their turn, they can't just take a single valuable good that might have just appeared. They're forced to exchange cards, which can really mess up their plans. It's a great way to control the game. And that's really all there is to it. You now know everything you need to play your first game of Jaipur. So good luck, and may the best trader win.